So I'm here in Victoria with BC Conservative interim leader Trevor Halford. Trevor, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for coming here.
So this is the last week that you're going to hold that title. So I just wanted to get a feel of how your experience was and what you're going to take away from this.
I think it's been good. At the end of the day, I set standard. I wanted to leave this office in a better place than when I entered it, and made sure the party had support and was growing. And I think we've done that. And it's not just me. I think we've had a team of people here that have been focused on the right things, and I think the results speak for themselves.
Did you enjoy being leader?
I did, and I actually don't think you'd need the title leader to lead. I think we've got a bunch of leaders inside of our caucus, and we've got a bunch of leaders on our staff, and a bunch of leaders at the party that have all stepped up and been focused on the right things. And we're in a situation where we've got our fundraising is going exceptional right now. We've got more members in this province than we've ever had. Our polling is going really well. So, for me, when I look at all that and I take a step back, I'm really proud of the people that are either Conservative MLAs or, working in the building here with us or at the party office or members of this party. But it's also, too, that we are on the tail end of a leadership contest here that's been nothing short of exciting.
And one name that's not in that race is yours.
Yeah.
Is this a one-time thing, or maybe the next time that situation rolls around, do you see yourself putting your name in the ring?
You know what? I'm focused on today, and I'm focused on May 30th. And what I'm focused on is that whoever's elected on May 30th becomes the next premier of the province. So that's where my priorities are right now.
Any predictions? Anyone you're putting your support behind?
No, my prediction is that I'm going to sleep in on Sunday morning. That's my prediction. And I know all five that are remaining, and I knew the people that were in there before, and they're not there right now. But they're good people wanting to do good things for this province, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the membership decides.
So a lot of what happens behind the scenes, obviously, we don't see. What's something about being the leader of a party that maybe the general public wouldn't guess you have to do?
Well, you know what, you have to really make sure that you are doing more listening than talking, especially when it comes to working with your colleagues. That's really important, and having those really impactful conversations. And I hope I hope I've done that. No leader is ever perfect. But I think versatility is a big thing, and I hope that I hope that my colleagues feel that I've been of value to them, and been able to make sure that they're being heard, and that we're going forward. The other perk too, I have a washroom. So I have a washroom in my office, and that is a big perk. So maybe one day I'll have another office with a washroom in it. But it's been an added bonus.
Yeah, that was my first time in the leader of the official opposition's office, and it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Free snacks, lots of nice decorations, and
yeah, the Elvis memorabilia is mine. So I'm taking that with me when I go.
Big Elvis fan?
Big Elvis fan. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Elvis fan.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, Loving You. Yeah,
okay.
Not even close. Loving You. Yeah, that was my, yeah.
Where does that come from?
Where does that song come from?
No, like your love of Elvis.
You know what? My parents always had music on, and in the car, at home, and I just, Elvis to me transcends music, and he does. He's got that voice, and, obviously I was born after he had passed, but, he's such an icon, and such an interesting figure too when you actually peel the layers back, right? And he's kind of a different cat, but at the end of the day, there's nobody been like him, and there probably never will be. But he holds a place close to my heart. I've never been to Graceland, and I'm going to make it there one day.
Okay, well, maybe if you have some time over the summer,
I'll have some free time. Yeah.
Yeah. So the party itself, you've obviously gotten to know it better than most in your position as leader. How does it stand now compared to how it was when you got in?
I think it's stabilized. I'm a big believer in letting people do their jobs until they can't. And we at the party, I think we've got tremendous people at the party. And the best part about it is there's such a long runway for them, right? I'll give you an example. Our executive director, Angelo Isidoro, is probably one of the most brilliant people that I met. And I haven't known him very long, but I can tell you, the way that he works for our party, and the way that he kind of maps things out and how he sees things coming, we are so lucky to have him there. We've got a great president in Asia. We've got great board members, and I'm really, really lucky to have the team that we do at the party.
So, do you have any fear that factions might build? The former BC Liberal wing, and then the more conservative wing, and then people who don't really know where they stand? Or is there kind of a sense of unity right now?
No, I think that if people are focused on the right things, I don't think that happens. I think that, I've never been one that focuses on left and right spectrums. I focus on right and wrong. And do you know what's wrong right now is that probably for the first time ever that you're looking at somebody in the forestry sector that was recently laid off that is now having to go to the food bank for their family for the first time. I'm more focused on that. Okay, our caucus is more focused on that. So I think this idea of factions and everything like that, I don't put a lot of substance into that. I think that if you're you're talking about the right things, you're focused on the right issues. The only people that want to see factions within our party is the NDP, and I don't want to give them that satisfaction.
So, during your time as leader, Evie changed his mind on DRIPA. What was it, 5-6 times?
Maybe 7 if you turn the TV on. We got to see.
So you guys have remained steadfast in your belief that it needs to be repealed.
Yeah.
Do you still hold that belief?
100%, absolutely. And I think that this is the difference between us and the NDP right now, is that the NDP have overpromised and underdelivered on absolutely everything, whether they've campaigned twice now on involuntary care and involuntary treatment. When you look at the things that they've committed to coming in here and changing DRIPA this legislative session, then they won't do it. Now they've committed to, or a little while ago, they committed to actually doing it in the fall session. And if you ask the minister, if you ask the premier, they won't give you a straight answer on that because I don't think they're going to do it. So our position has never changed. It is never the wrong time to do the right thing, as difficult as it may be. But I got to ask you this, is that has reconciliation been served well over the last 6 months during this, as this has played out? The answer is no. So, I believe, our caucus believes, our party believes, and I think British Columbians believe that this needs to be done. And the longer we wait, the more chaos ensues. So our position's not changing. And I think that, the public deserves transparency on this. And unfortunately, the Premier and the Attorney General have not provided that.
On that note, I've been speaking with all the candidates, and they all have their different visions of what happens post-DRIPA. Some say, reconciliation doesn't need to be legislated. Others say maybe we need to put something forward. What would you like to see in a post-DRIPA world? Well,
I'm not going to be the leader when that decision is made, but I'm going to be part of that conversation, and I'll have my input then. But I think reconciliation can take forms in many ways, and I'm not sure that it has to be legislated. I don't think it does. I think for us is that, you always want to work with nations in good faith and there can be economic prosperity as well, and we've seen that happen. This government wants you to believe that nothing happened prior to 2019 when DRIPA was passed, and that's not the case. So, we'll see what comes, but our position on this is not going to change.
Okay. So what's something from your time as leader that you're going to take with you into the rest of your political career?
You know what? That's a really easy question to answer, and I wish I didn't have the answer that I do. But it's Tumbler Ridge, and it's the fact that I never, as I had this job, I knew I was only going to have it for a few months. I never ever, in my wildest dreams, ever thought that we would have to confront a school shooting where we lost such innocent lives. And to go up there and to be with the families, fairly shortly after the tragedy occurred, with other leaders, whether it was the Premier of the province, the Prime Minister, Pierre Poilievre, others, I can tell you that will last with me, not my career, my entire life. And to see the pain of that community, of those families, of the parents, and I'll never lose that.
Yeah, I think that's going to stick with a lot of us for
Yeah.
quite a while. And what's your advice to the incoming leader? Like, what does it take to lead a party successfully?
Be bold, be transparent, be bold, be focused, and listen. And I think if you do those things, I think good things happen. And I always say to my kids, hard work pays off. And I think as a party, I think we've proven that, and I think the new leader will do that in spades.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.